Long time ago, someone gifted two eaglets to a king. The breed of the eaglets were very good, and the king had never seen such magnificent eaglets before. The king was very pleased with the gift and decided to hire an experienced caretaker for them. After some time, king saw that both of them were quite big and now they are looking fantastic than earlier. King said to the caretaker, I want to see their flight. You signal them to fly in the sky. The man did the same. Both eagles started fluttering as soon as they saw the signal. But where one eagle was touching the heights of the sky, the other flew for a few seconds and returned to the branch where it was earlier sitting, the same branch from where he started flying. After seeing this, the king felt something strange. He became curious to know the reason of the contrasting behavior of eagles. King asked the caretaker, What's the matter? Where one eagle is flying so well, the other one is not even trying to fly. Then the caretaker replied, Yes, this is the problem from the beginning with this eagle. He doesn't leave this branch. Both the eagles were adorable to the king, and he desperately wanted to see the second eagles too flying in the sky. Next day, he announced in the whole state that the person who will manage to fly higher this eagle will be rewarded with heavy prizes. After the announcement, many intellectual and knowledgeable persons came and tried to apply the knowledge they had to make the eagle fly high, but no one was successful. Even after the passage of a couple of weeks, there was no improvement in the eagle. He used to fly a little bit and then put it back and sit down. The king too lost the hope and almost gave up. Then one day, something strange happened. The king saw that both of them were flying high in the sky. He didn't believe on his eyes and immediately called the caretaker. The caretaker confirmed the king. Yes, the second eagle is also flying high in the sky. One man has been successful in making the second eagle fly high. The king asked the caretaker to bring the man who had done this feat. Next day, he was then brought before the king, where the king was eagerly waiting with the promised prize. The king came to know during the interaction that the man who was successful is a simple monk. Next day, king met with the monk. Then king said, I am very pleased with you. Just tell me, how did you do this, which the greatest scholar and highly qualified person couldn't do? Then the monk said, Your Highness, I am a simple monk. I don't have knowledge like other person who are expert in animals and birds. But I do know the reason why that eagle was not flying. I just simply cut down the branch on which the eagle had an habit of sitting. As there was no branch, he had no option but to fly, and which he did very well. This story is of a son and his father, and will tell how do we misunderstand our parents, especially father. Once a young boy, whose father was a businessman, was going to graduate very soon. Few weeks back, he saw a very beautiful sports car in a showroom and wanted to get it as a graduation gift from his dad. He collected all the information about the car and used to give certain signs time to time to his father that he wanted that car on graduation day. The boy was very excited as he was expecting his father to gift him that car because he always got whatever he wished for from his dad. Finally, the graduation day came. His father called him to his room and asked him to sit. Father brought a beautiful wrapped gift and gave that gift to him, saying how proud he is to have such fine son and how much he loved him. Seeing the gift, the boy got very happy and happily opened the box, hoping to see the sports car keys inside it. But what he got was a book. He got very disappointed and angry to see just a book and not the keys of the car. In anger, he raised his voice and said to his father, "With all your money, you got me this," and stormed out of the house, leaving book behind. Boy got so angry that he left his father's house without even waiting for his father's response and decided to never come back. Many years passed, and the boy became a successful businessman, just like his father. He hadn't seen his father since the graduation day. One day, he received a telegram about his father has passed away and willed all his possession to him, for which he needed to come there and take care of the things left behind by his father. When he arrived at his father's house, he felt sadness and regret filled his heart. He went to his father's room, where he last time spoken with his father. There he began to look for the things to sort. In one of the drawers, he found the same book which his father has given on his graduation day. All his memories came back in a flash. He sat down on some chair, with tears rolling down his face. He opened the book and began to turn pages. After turning few pages, he found a hole in the middle of the book with the car key in it, and there was a tag written on it, "With love for my precious son, who made me so proud." Reading this, son started to cry like hell. Once, a professor entered his classroom and asked his students to prepare for a surprise test. They all waited anxiously at their desks for the exam to begin. Then the professor handed out the exam paper with the text facing down as usual. Once he handed them all out, he asked the students to turn over the paper. To everyone's surprise, there was no question but just a black dot in the center of the paper. Seeing the expression on everyone's face, Professor then told them, "I want you to write about what you see there." The students got confused and started working on this inexplicable task. At the end of the class, the professor took all the exam papers and started reading each one of them out loud in front of all the students. All of them, with no exception, defined the black dot, trying to explain its position in the center of the seat. After every paper has been read, the classroom got silent. Then Professor started to explain, "I am not going to grade you on this. I just wanted to give you something to think about." No one written about anything about the white part of the paper, but everyone was focused on the black dot only. And the same thing happens in our lives. However, we insist on focusing only on the black dot, like the health issue that bother us, the lack of money, the complicated relationships, the disappointment with a friend, and many such other problems. The dark spots are very small when compared to everything we have in our lives, but they are the ones that pollute our minds. Take your eyes away from the black dots in your lives. Enjoy each one of your blessings, each moment that life gives you. Be happy and live a life filled with love. Have you ever fallen into an argument with someone and later regretted for that? This story will tell you why we should not argue with idiots. Once, a donkey and a tiger got into argument about color of grass. Donkey said that the color of grass is blue, while tiger said that the color of grass is green. Soon the argument became heated, and both of them decided to submit the issue for arbitration. They approached the king of the jungle, the lion. As they approached the lion, Donkey started screaming and said, "Your Highness, isn't it true that the grass is blue?" Then the lion replied, "If you believe it, then it is." Donkey again said, "But tiger disagrees with me. He says grass is green. Please punish him." Lion then declared that the tiger will be punished with 1 week of silence. Listening to this, Donkey jumped with joy and went on his way. Saying this, Tiger asked the lion, "Why have you punished me? You know that the grass is green, not blue." At this, Lion replied, "Yes, indeed, grass is green." Then Tiger asked, "Why did you punish me then?" Then the lion softly said, "Your punishment has nothing to do with the color of grass. Punishment is given to you because it is degrading for a brave, intelligent creature like you to waste time arguing with a donkey." So, my friends, till few years back, I also used to argue with people on unnecessary topics. Then a wise man taught me to avoid such arguments. You also must have found such rigid-minded people who will never take others' opinion or idea. They are mostly self-proclaimed genius who think they know all. Now the question is, why do we even argue? It's because we want to win at that moment. We want to show how intelligent we are. And most important, we just want to satisfy our ego. However, if we look closely, we are losing a lot. Of course, we are wasting our time, but more than that, we are losing our peace of mind, which should be our topmost priority. So stop arguing with people who are blind with their ego and let them live in their beliefs and illusions. See you in the next video. Till then, stay healthy, stay happy. Peace.